like where half of their buildings have like one skin and then the other half have a different skin, like building skin. Am I the only one seeing that? That's weird. Anyways, the drop does go in. A good blink on top, but that's not enough units to take down this many Marines, so several Stalkers will die. A lot of probes going down for Dark Menace as well. So this drop has actually gone pretty decently, I want to say, for Ghost Chant, considering there were this many Phoenix out on the map. And now a lot of the army was forced back there. Ghost Chant needs to burrow these mines in the near future. That is a lot of splash damage, though. Well, with that amount of Void Rays, could maybe burn down the Colossi if he so desires. Big Widowmine shots, I think actually partially hitting the Void Rays there, as the Void Rays target fire was not good at all. They were shooting sentries for a good amount of that fight, which is about the least effective unit they could have been shooting. Sentry's not an armored unit, so the Void Rays doing very little damage, and looks like Neutrophil and Dark Menace will be able to just kind of roll through the Purifiers here. A little unfortunate there. I think the target fire, yeah, on the Void Rays just not quite good enough, and I think maybe pulling the trigger a little bit too early there. Not enough Void Rays to really overwhelm, and the mines was a decent choice early on into the game, but they really didn't have a continuation to be able to deal with the Colossi later on. And now we're seeing GG Izzy pushing through the bases of the Purifiers, and there's just not a big enough army to withstand, as Neutrophil now maxed out on Carrier, Blink Stalker, Sentry, Phoenix. Say that 3 times fast, I dare you. Yeah, I think they'll be able to push up here. No storm, but no storm needed, it looks like. As we see, the Void Rays do get targeted a little bit there, but just not enough at this point. Not enough units, and they push up into the natural base of the Purifiers. GG is called. And we're looking at game number 2.
GG.
It should be about the frontal army fight if Ghost Chant and Cyan would just push their leverage here. Or leverage their advantage, I should say. A big Zealot counterattack into the third base of Ghost Chant, though. And some great runarounds out of our players in the bottom right here. Liberator's coming out, though. Oh, but big Disruptor hit to start things off. Another huge Disruptor hit on the Immortals of Cyan. And I think a great fight for GG Izzy is going to clear out game number 2 as well. Players fighting a little bit disjointedly there. Not too bad overall, but definitely not helping. And the counter attacks and damage from GG Izzy just proved to be too much for the Purifiers in game number 2, I think. So we are going to see them push back across the map. Ghost Chant still at a healthy supply, but Cyan has just been absolutely annihilated for the entirety of this game, just not able to survive against the onslaught of Protoss harassment. There is a final army for Ghost Chant, but once that gets cleaned up, I imagine we will see a GG out of the players in the near future. A couple good mine shots, but I just don't know that it's going to be enough here. And Cyan does leave the game. Ghost Chant trying his best, but I think he will have to tap out here soon as well. And yeah, I mean, they had a great position after that failed 2-base attack, but not able to leverage it, and GG. I think Ghost Chant could maybe benefit from offloading some of his money onto Cyan, but no big deal. The Roaches are coming in. Cyclones should be able to get good damage on the Roaches, but you gotta micro them. Cyclones are not a free use unit. They require a lot of attention to detail. And good micro so far out of Ghost Chant overall. And yeah, Dark Menace kind of losing out on a lot of these Roaches, a little unfortunately here. Does kill a couple Cyclones, but definitely not a super efficient trade there. Still, though, 70 workers for Dark Menace, and another 13 Roaches on the way with 1-1 for his Lings coming down as well. And Cyan, I mean, I just don't know. I'll have to ask him. I feel like he had to know about those nukes. It was such a weird moment. Does he see it this time? Oh my gosh, does he think he can kill it first? Okay, good. He's running. his probes. Only loses a couple probes. Does depower everything, though. But that other nuke hits just about nothing, so not too bad there for the Purifiers. A much better attack that time around. I would have liked this if they'd gone up and to the left, but as it is, I think they're just going to lose out on all their units, and that's got to feel pretty demoralizing, and that's going to be a big supply advantage for their opponents. And another mineral line says good night. Adieu to you. As the nuke lands yet again. Chance supplier, like, yeah, there's a chance, but then you got to keep in mind that Cyan is still only on 18 workers, man. Although Ghost Chant almost has enough economy to subsidize both of them, but he's not doing it, at least not yet. And another big nuke coming down. Looks like the tank may be able to see it and take it out. Before... Oh, no, he went out of range. Okay, good. Just barely. Almost flew right past. And now there's a lot of mutas. That's a heck whack of mutas. 24. And there's almost no anti-air. So I think this will be the game, really. I mean, Cyan should just... Not should. Will just kind of die here, I think. And yeah, GG, well played. Does come out. And a dominating 3-0 for the GG Izzy.
GG Izzy. You know, it's my phone, my dialing.
Right, yeah.
So
someone makes a phone call, everything goes. Yep.
Oh my gosh, you just get dropped and you get pissed when you lose.
Oh man.
Oh wow, this attack.
This is a lot, and that's a lot of Hydras for Regret here. And carriers, you got to hit that critical mass for them to really be that useful, especially when there's Void Rays out here. And the Void Rays of the Arcade doing a great job target firing. And just a sharp attack here. And we did talk about Hyper Turtle went up pretty far up in the workers before he started making units this game. It looks like that's coming back to bite him a little bit, as he did not have that defensive attack.
Very useful.
Yeah, that's
earlier.
true. That's so many transfuses.
Why were they
That's
doing
like
all the way
6
up
or 7. Oh man, that may have been the difference in that fight for sure. I think they may be able to hold here, but an Oracle pulled the Queens.
Oracle there, but you know there was a Spore there, so I think he overreacted to it, and he needed the Queens right up front. And now there's a Hydra parade push.
By the time you know that there's an attack coming, your Queens, take a few business days to finally show up with their movement speed. So,
well,
a little unfortunate though.
The thing is, you are a Grandmaster Zerg player, so you know this as a Zerg player, that typically what you want to do is you have roaming Queens and you have the inject Queens.
That's true. He should have been able to defend it, especially with only one Oracle. If it's 2 or 3, then it makes a lot more sense to pull the Queens up there, but with only one, it's definitely a little questionable. But a sharp timing out of codayo here, and I really like it. I think this is exactly what they need to be doing. And I absolutely love the addition of just a single sentry along with those Void Rays. Guardian Shield does so much against Hydras and Void Rays. So we'll see if he actually winds up using the Guardian Shield here in this fight.
He's going to use it just for Force Field 1.
Yeah, 1 or 2 Force Fields coming in. Not using it yet. I mean, it doesn't look like they particularly need it here, but needed those swag points, and we're just missing out on them, which is kind of unfortunate. More Bunny stuff, GG. So, yeah, sharp timing. I really like that out of codayo. GG. And then in this game, it looks like it's going to be a very big attack out of the Archaic and Regret, as we have a Baneling Nest, lots of extra lings on the way.
Oh, this is the all-in, and they're not clearing out this Overlord. Hyper Troll can see it.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to have 5 gateways for the Archaic as well. Yeah,
they don't even see anything. They don't have any presence on the map.
Yeah, the vision is just not there. A shield battery's going down. I mean, yeah, I think this is just going to be a super fast kill here, as Stalkers will be able to deal with the Void Rays, this numbers game.
No idea.
And all these Banelings. Oh, and the Zerglings get a full surround on the Stalkers as well, which means the shield battery will be of no use. And still slow Lings for Hyper Turtle. A free Queen as well is found there, and the Lings of Hyper Turtle getting jumped upon, and maybe even Banelings. Not quite. Yeah, this is as all-in as it gets, really, but there's just nothing to really defend here. And I think we're going to see a pretty quick game here, one way or the other.
19 drones, 22 probe all in. This is so all in, man.
It is super all in. I mean, Archaic doesn't even have an expansion, but at the same time, it's only one Void Ray out. It doesn't have a shield battery in the main base to help defend it, and will fall. That Stalker will fall as well, and just continual warp stuff of 5 gateways and continual links point across. GG.
They just got bamboozled there. Game 2. Yeah, they're not in position to save this base if they just kind of send back here. It's like they know they could be seen by this Overlord. So.
Yeah, and the Lings Regret are going to come in while the Phoenix are keeping the opponents busy in their main bases.
They really need to save this.
Yeah, and there we see, I mean, 4 Phoenix killing a Void Ray. Did lose a Phoenix, it looks like. Yes, indeed, he did.
Very slow here. I think they're going to lose this. No cancel, I'm thinking.
Yeah, and with those 2 mutas now flying into the main base, what is there to deal with that?
Yeah, that's...
This definitely feels very well prepped out of Regret and the Archaic. Significantly more than their last series against these folks and even against Benzel. And I mean, they even beat, obviously, the Tortoise and the Hare, but this feels a lot more dominant than their previous series against them.
They didn't get to the game they want to do, and this is going to end right here in a clean 3-0.
Yeah, looks like we are going to see the 3-0 and GG.
The Archaic